Right, howdy everybody, welcome back to Danganronpa to chapter 5, Class Trial Time. Thank you for the level up once again, game 44. Not sure what any of that's gonna mean, but it's nice leveling up, I guess.
Damn right.
Looks like everyone's here.
Huh?
Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it, you're making me depressed.
Stupid fool!
Repeating. So it's going to happen again. A cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. But once we're through this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
As the Monica Bastard said so, didn't he? He said this is the last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that so easily.
Of course not.
Why can't you believe it? The guy who has been making us do all of this has been saying it, you know?
You know,
That's
right?
why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after this, after we do this class trial,
That's right.
I'm definitely gonna find out who the killer is, no matter what, even if I've put out all the stops. What the fuck? Why are you here? Didn't realize it yet? That feeling of wanting to leave this island, thinking like that is Monica trap, you know?
Huh?
What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Monica will end things here. He's planning something far worse. He's trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you up!
Damn right, the rappers should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I finally realized after losing my powers, I've realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes... I realized that cursing your powerlessness or your fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there's possibility, you must face it, in order to become someone who can be proud of yourself. So I'll fight.
Huh?
What's her deal? I do not know really, but she seems different from before. Maybe she's read a self-help book.
Wait.
By her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
Determination! What? Can you tell that just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure to turn off Minimaru. It'd be annoying if he started talking during the trial. Fine.
But still.
I understand what one of me is saying, though, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to fight as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Roar! This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over and over and over and over with my mind. I entered Monica Rock.
Yeah.
Instead of us ride, this will be the last time for us too, right? I hope so.
Well,
Let's worry about things after we're finished.
you are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer managed to kill someone like Nagito. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. I mean, apparently as one of us. Even though we were all together. Which, I mean, I still think is Fuyuhiko because he was the first one to find it. I mean, maybe if he was to kill Nagito, maybe the reason why is because he found out who the traitor is and it got him so angry to then kill Nagito. Maybe. Nagito was problematic in many ways, but he was also a valuable asset during the trials. You're right. In fact, during the Funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the ones who survived need to stand and fight. We must fight. The door slowly opened. Bright light greeting us. Love hope, or love despair? Nice decorative venue. Well then, now that the chatterbox Nagito is gone, there are only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Just fucking start this already.
Hey!
This is right. This is it, right? This is really the last class trial?
Yep.
It sure is. So you gotta show some enthusiasm, make sure you give it your all.
Alright!
Didn't I tell you? He said it. He said the thing. He said the thing. This is the end.
Now then.
Let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
Last class trial, let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. There's the 5th class trial. According to Monica, this is also the last class trial. That cousin is about to rise. Nagito, the ultimate lucky student. That's only bearing no similarities to Makoto. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. I thought he was too nice. But his true nature, he held such a demented thought process that was nothing like his outward appearance. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said he was yearning for a powerful hope that can overcome any despair. He said he would even help despair just to prove that hope will never lose to despair. He said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. I mean, once again, I don't mind that, like, he's rooting for hope, but his approach was definitely not ideal. There were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We'll be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagito, the killer who murdered Nagito. In order to return from this despair alive, we need to reach truth. And Monokuma says that this is really the last class trial. That's all the more reason to need to do this. And so, this is... I mean, to be fair, we just repeated the exact same dialogue over and 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 over again. Like, there's, like... I feel like there's very, very, very little deviation or difference in the dialogue. Still don't understand why they do this. Maybe it's because it's just formulaic and it just, you know, works. I don't know, it's just... I hate how it's so repetitive. Anyway, it's begun. Save progress. I was going to say it's my last time doing it, but no, it's not, because we've got chapter 6. Finish preparation, because we've got no skills. I've checked every single time we've got no skills. And we don't really need to check the handbook, because we've looked at the clues already. So, I mean, it's completely fine. We'll do good anyway, so yeah, it's completely fine.
Now then, let's begin during the class trial. If you vote, I'll punish.
And she's completely silent.
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
Wow.
Chesto!
So because she was quiet, that warrants even more beating up. Monica, you are truly the most twisted entity in the universe.
One more time!
Oh my god.
Jeez! Now
What the fuck? What the fuck?
this will be...
What the This is insanity. Like, this is truly beyond insanity now.
It's useless.
Please stop. I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
Me too.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or...
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place!
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Nagito's wounds, were they really caused by torture? But the point of torturing someone is to make them reveal information, right? Then it's pointless if we can't talk.
It's because the killer tortured Nagi.
Aha!
No, that's wrong.
So using duct tape against that. Okay, yep, that makes sense.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Okay.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh my god. Really? We're getting a rebuttal? Okay.
No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
What did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
What? Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
I mean, who doesn't?
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
I mean, again, who wouldn't?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if any of you went psycho. I mean, okay, you literally was about to go psycho on him. So, to say that that's crazy is a bit rich.
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
So Hajime, Fuyuhiko, Kazuichi, Chiaki, Akane, Nagito. I mean, that is 6 people, and... I mean, okay, Sonia wasn't actually in that frame, but that does not mean that she was not there, obviously.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. Alrighty then, let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks.
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, how they're right. We need to clear that up first.
The direct cause of the fire was... the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
They probably set a trap using the lighter so the warehouse would catch on fire. But the trap needs a trigger to activate. What were we doing just before the fire started? I mean, we were just opening up the door.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound.
Or perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with that.
Okay, so using Monokuma panels against opening the door. Okie dokie, I guess that makes sense.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Right.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Are you suggesting that we open up the door and tipped over one of the Monokuma panels? Because, like, in one of the frames before the investigation started, in one of the frames when we actually entered the room, it was pitch black. You could hardly see anything, even on the floor. There was no panels there, so I feel like it's a bit of a reach to say that you tipped over the panel from opening up the door when I didn't even see a panel there. Maybe that was a mistake on their part, but that's okay.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by line?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
Okay, yeah, I see your reasoning, but still, I did not see any panels when you were opening up the door. Only when the investigation started happening. So, plus, I mean, okay, there was a lot of fire in front of us, but even in another frame, you couldn't see any panels. So, I don't know, it's just a bit of a reach for me.
And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I think... Okay, this has kind of disputed that now. Okay, so we see the Monokuma panels on the floor. I guess because I didn't notice them first of all, that's why I was falsifying it, so... My bad.
The reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. Is it, play the music?
I see!
Yeah, play the music.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Okay, this is the first time I'm hearing the MP3 music now. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, did you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really loud. That's Nagito, like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm talking about the music. As if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
Just fine, I'll open it slowly. It's not the problem. It'll be fine. Cutter. Once again, this did not happen. Fucking gaslighting me.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
Unless it did actually happen and somehow my memory is blocking it. I do not remember that happening at all. Maybe I was just clicking too fast for it to happen because, you know, adrenaline was passing through my veins because, you know, the music was so high. So maybe I was just clicking through it and maybe I just didn't register what was actually happening, maybe, but I just don't remember that happening. I remember most of the events happening, just not that specific event.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
That door was the only entrance to the warehouse. So the problem Chuck is talking about is... They could have hidden inside. No? Wait, what? There's only one entrance. Even if they hid, there's no way they could have... We were all gathered in front of their warehouse in the first place.
Crap!
Okay. So, what? Let me guess, the killer couldn't have left.
I see!
Oh, okay.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened.
I mean, I was going to go for that option anyway, but I thought... I was kind of overthinking it.
The killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
You don't mean...
If that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effects inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Oh, wait. Wait. Hold on. Nagito, right?
This is my
Yeah,
answer.
had a feeling.
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
You know what? If it weren't for Danganronpa 1, I would not have done that because there was a time in one of the class trials where you're able to pick someone that's already dead. I had no idea that it was a thing you could do. So then, by doing that, it helped me realize that I could do it here. So that's fantastic.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
Actually, I'm just wondering, what if he did this to himself? And what if... I mean, obviously the spear is connected to that sort of wire, and maybe once the spear pierced him, then it pulled backwards and then it took out the wire. I don't know.
Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
I mean, he calculates a lot of things, and he is very, very twisted, and he is very, very... He can be smart when he wants to be, I guess. So it wouldn't be out of the question for all of that to be set up. He can even get something set up to be thrown at him. He could actually do that.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. As long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
It's not really impossible if you have the will to do it. Like I said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. I don't think anything is impossible unless you really believe it's actually impossible, which I don't think anything is.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do
I
much with
suppose.
the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. It's true that tying up your arms and legs by yourself is impossible, but did he really tie up both arms and legs?
No, that's wrong!
Oh, okay, it's the first one, okay. I did that with burned rope, wow, okay.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
With the burned rope as a trap. Oh, his right sleeve.
I see!
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
What?
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
What?
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
What?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me!
Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back for that.
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it!
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back
Oh my
the
god. I'm ready to stab your stuff in your right hand using only your right hand. It's okay, there's definitely an answer for this.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Ooh, wait, yes,
And
yes,
slammed
yes,
his right
yes.
hand down on it?
Yes, wait, how do I?
Propped it onto what?
Right,
If he
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
propped the knife, he
I'm
could've
just...
used his...
If you're tied up,
Let's
we
just
don't know if
skip,
he's
skip,
left
skip.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the
Right, there we
knife
go.
somehow?
Oh, come on, man.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Oh,
agree with that.
I'm using it with the Monokuma plushie. Okay.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
True, to be fair, I kind of forgot about that.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
I mean, the fact that you just, like, put the knife into the plushie and then you put your hand over... And you have no hesitation to do so. That is, like, truly wild.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died.
That would have been heavenly.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
I mean, he likes to, I guess, feel pain to like feel the true hope, I guess.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry,
Like I said, if you got penetrated
Oh
by
my
something...
god. Oh my god.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
This guy. This is why I really just did not like Kazuichi in the fucking slightest, and I was hoping that he would be the killer for the last chapter, but my goodness me. He's like, if it's like a stereotypical simp of all simps. It's absolutely crazy.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stabbed into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monomi's sassing me.
Kinda deserve it though.
but it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible. I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
That's why we made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Even now.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
Wait, hang on. Can I do this? I can!
No,
Holy
that's
shit.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm, and the back of his hand. What was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Do I even want to know? What was the nigga's left hand doing? Gripping, right?
I see!
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right, that's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear, I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
Well, which section? The cord.
I see!
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki?
I love how it all resides on her thinking. That's a little bit of pressure.
I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
I will admit, Chiaki does feel like a bit of a subsidiary or a substitute for Kyoko from Danganronpa 1. Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with this spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
You know, that sounds like a good plan.
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that... That's it, could it be... The spear stabbed Nagito perpendicularly and he was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those facts together along with what we found at the warehouse and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabs Nagito. Oh, Hangman. Oh, Logic Dive. Oh, okay, nice. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? In Nagito's left hand. Oh, so I guess it was above Nagito. Yep, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up with these new additions? I mean, you know what, they're pretty cool, but what the hell? Okay, besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? A ceiling girder. Hell yeah. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? The spear's cord. Hell yes.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
Extrasensory perception.
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Ah, so my theory was sort of correct. It was just a tiny bit flawed, but yeah, that actually makes a lot more sense.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Yeah.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
Have you met Nagito?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form of malice. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
Honestly, like, even though Sonia doesn't understand it, I feel like it goes beyond understanding, because how can you understand Nagito's intentions? I mean, he has crazy, insane intentions. I mean, sometimes his approaches are understandable to an extent, but it's still crazy.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so he'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is? Or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more.
Yeah, why?
I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death is something that he couldn't even mess with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito, a piece of evidence that he couldn't mess with. I'm not sure.
I see!
Oh, the Monokuma file?
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
Victim. Body was discovered near the Monokuma plushie factory in the warehouse. Estimated the time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear, there are multiple stab wounds on each. Is it the time of death? Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. It must be the time of death, right? Suspicious part of the Monokuma file that is. What is it? What's hidden in the Monokuma file? Could it be? Is this something that isn't clearly in the Monokuma file this time? Oh wait, hangman. Come on! Cause of death, right.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
True. I mean, we don't need to go through it again.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
You plead the fifth, okay?
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place!
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide. But it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
That's a weird way of thinking of it.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied. Even if it's just to be safe.
Then wouldn't you just be going around and round and round and round and round and round in circles?
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be alright. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now, think about it. Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then this situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. So, break time.
No!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought the voting time was going to start, but... Well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was going to happen. I haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out. You're the only one who didn't. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you planning to sulk? Let's get along like we always do. Alright, you passed. Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence fire when you're alone with someone else. So Monami and I are the bestest of friends. Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Why do I have to be hated so much? Besides the fact that you step at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. How sad. This is kind of depressing. Distrusting your friend is much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't friends. We aren't even friends in the first place. Then even as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands of that. I fell for it. I took the man bait. Okay. Sure, yes. Actually, wait. Doesn't it usually say this before this part happens? Or does it usually say afterwards? I actually cannot remember.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say.
Aww.
Anyway, my chest is... Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too.
Awesome.
I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
Okay, well, you know what? That's
So
all we
if
can
we're
ask
working
for.
together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like... It's possible that we overlooked something.
I've looked, huh?
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
A fatal wound that wasn't the spear. I don't even know if that actually exists. But if it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. Piece of blue paper. Oh, Monokuma's special poison!
Let us consider a
Ooh.
different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was a cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be seen, maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold.
Can it be seen?
Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Ooh. Never mind.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
The real cause of Nagito's death, is there something that I overlooked? I should forget about the wounds in his body and look for another possibility. I mean, I could try... Let's try this.
Something that cannot...
Yes, I had a
agree with
feeling.
that. That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison? It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange.
I just feel like if he's gonna say the thing out loud, Monokuma's gonna find out. Oh dear.
Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
Hold a minute, Monokuma hasn't reacted to that yet.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And his mouth duct taped.
And this is when the hardtail appears.
You're totally overvaluing that tail.
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear.
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
The poison's warning label said, "This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. It is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure and away from sunlight." The way the poison entered Nagito's body, the answer is written on the warning label? Hangman. Oh, logic's out again. Okay, cool. What state was the poison in when it affected Nagito? Gas, right? Hell yeah. How did the poison enter Nagito's body? Through his... Well, I mean, it could be through his wounds or through his nose. Either one will work, but I'm gonna go for through his wounds, right? So it was obviously through his nose, right? Yeah. Oh my god, there's only 2 questions. Usually it's like 3 questions.
It's all coming together!
But okay. That was a bit different, so that's nice.
What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Well, you know what? I'm going to end off the video here and continue on into the next part of the class trial.